Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to share with you a few process videos for December Daily last year. I'm not sure how many I'm going to share, probably just 2, 3, but I really wanted to share kind of what I wound up putting together as far as the end of my December Daily since I went to the 31st. So I'm going to start by sharing with you Christmas Eve and Christmas. And we started a new tradition on Christmas Eve of going on a walk. And it was so much fun. Just a really nice, cold winter walk, but we got to see all the houses lit up and it was just a lot of fun. So I took one of the photos of a nativity scene and I took that and made it 4x8 and then die cut some letters that say Christmas Eve. And I cut them twice. I cut the Christmas letters twice, and I'm going to glue those to the top of the photo. Originally, I thought everything would fit down at the bottom, but it didn't, and I actually like it better because it kind of, both words kind of pull the emphasis towards the photo, so I really liked that. So I'll have Christmas and then Eve, and I had a really long chipboard phrase, but that one didn't work, so I grabbed a smaller one that actually said "Oh Holy Night," and that worked even better. So I just love how this little insert came together, and I actually think that these letters are the digital copy of the glitter physical alphas that came out a few years ago. I still have some of those, but they are glittery and messy, and the digital ones just work much better. Now, when I printed the photo, it did not come out exactly 8 inches tall, so I'm just going to use, or I did already put a piece of red paper down at the bottom, and it was a script paper. So what I did is I just made sure to position it where it said Feliz Navidad, and I loved that, so I put that down at the bottom. And then the back is how our tree looked on Christmas Eve, and that is such a really cool picture. I tried to do the bokeh, am I saying that right? Bokeh effect with my iPhone. It didn't really work, but I still loved the photo, so I decided to use that. And then up at the top, I decided to add another piece of paper to make up for that difference, in the height. I really should have done the paper down at the bottom, just like the Christmas Eve photo. I don't know why I decided to do it up at the top, but there it is. And I put a little sticker that says "One More Sleep" and a little star and called it done. The second part of Christmas Eve is going to be wrapping presents with my husband and also having some hot cocoa. And I'm just going to use a simple page protector to make it super easy. I feel like sometimes you just need a page protector and it doesn't always have to be super fancy, right? So I got a photo of my husband wrapping on the bed. We do not have a consistent place where we wrap. Sometimes we wrap in the family room, sometimes it's in, our room, and we always wait till the last minute. Always and forever. We have done that forever. Even when we were in college and we were just getting presents for our parents, we just have a habit of never wrapping before Christmas. Maybe this year will be different. Maybe. So I have a journaling card, 3x4, that says gifting. I also laid the presents on top of our bedspread and took a photo of several of them wrapped and just kept it very simple. I put the number 24, stapled it, and below that put "Deck the Halls," and then I'm going to do my journaling. I just talked about how we love wrapping our presents, and we picked out wrapping paper for our kiddos, a particular wrapping paper, and then the kiddos typically wrap the grandparents' presents. So we don't have to wrap a lot, but still, now we pawn some off onto our children. So even more reason why we can wait to wrap. On the back, like I said, it's hot cocoa. The kids and I love to have hot cocoa, so we put our mugs in, and I got an overview shot. And I also did a fun one of me with my cocoa in front of the Christmas tree, and I love that. I also took another green chipboard and put holiday memories and put it right in the middle, and then a little glitter heart. And I'm just going to talk about different things that were gathering. And I said that it was nice that my husband was off on Christmas Eve because that does not always happen. Many years it doesn't happen. And then I also said, a few things that were my favorite part of Christmas Eve, and also the different things that I was thankful for. And then just put it in the page protector and call it done. So that's just how I like to approach Christmas Eve and Christmas. You will see. Christmas is usually a collage, large family photo, and then a collage. So if you go back and look at my YouTube videos for Christmas, I will consistently do collages. Anyway, anyhow, collages. So this is how Christmas Eve looks. A page protector pocket. By the time we got to the end of December, I was very behind on December Daily, so I started kind of jumping around with how I'm going to complete my pages. So that's why you see 26. So for the 25th, I have this transparency that says believe in magic and a family photo. And when I posted this family photo, it was hilarious because I actually said that I interrupted the dudes when they were watching a football game to get the photo. And I said I was very brave in doing that because I was very brave. But I got this family photo, I think, at the end of the day on Christmas, because we'd just forgotten to do it in the morning. So this is at the end of the day, but it still works fantastic. And then I could not make up my mind on the numbers. I should have just known the 25, the big ones, makes a nice big statement. I love having numbers there or some sort of word art that can be placed, and it just really makes a nice bold statement. And same thing with the transparency. I think I do something like that every single year. It's very consistent. I don't change it because there is so many photos with Christmas. There just is. And that's fantastic, but I don't want to deal with them. Or I guess I just don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to still have fun with the project. And for me, that is by making a collage. Now, Lisa, who works for Ali Edwards Freckle Pickle, she always puts out amazing digital templates every year. So you could always use one of those, or you can make your own template. I cannot remember if I made my own template or if I did or didn't. I can't remember. But I did small little photos. I probably made my own collage, I think. But I have 4 vertical photo rows on the left-hand side. And then on the other side, I have two horizontal photos and then a horizontal slot where I'm going to put some paper. You can see that I wound up with 4 empty spots, and that was intentional, so that way I could add embellishments and paper and help your eye travel over the page. So what I did to get the exact measurement of those various spaces was to print out a copy of the template size. Yeah, am I saying that right? So I have that template shape, the vertical one and the horizontal one, and I printed those out on plain paper so that way I could easily use them as a tracing template. And I just grabbed a bunch of papers and different embellishments that I was thinking about using. I tried to go with more subtle papers, pick one green, pick one red, and then a patterned one as well. That way they're the red and the green, Christmas colors, but they're also not such elaborate patterns that it pulls away from the photos or makes the photos feel busier than they already are. I don't know. That was just my thinking on it. So I picked a nice pattern that had lots of the different colors from December Daily. It's like a cross type pattern. I don't know exactly what that pattern's called, but I liked it, and I'm going to wind up using it twice in 2 different spots, once on the left and once on the right. And I also grabbed some felt trees and some die cut stars and then chipboard stars as well, because I always go bananas with all the different stars. I think a lot of people that make December Daily do go bananas for all the stars. That's just how it is. So I included all kinds of photos of my kids opening presents, the cat getting a present, somebody got a photo of me opening a present, and then I got one of my husband. I got one of the room, a close-up of the trash, and then my husband and I cooking in the kitchen. We were cooking a breakfast casserole because my in-laws came over later on. So a variety of photos, just kind of like I went through that variety of photos, a list of different photos. That way I have like the highlights of the day, the best parts of the day. And you can see on that red paper, again, the same one as Christmas Eve, I found a section that said Christmas, and that way it's kind of now a title card. And then those felt trees, I loved those. So I'm going to use those and just use double-sided tape to adhere them down, and then a mix of different stars to make some clusters. And it really turned out to be a fantastic collage for Christmas. I just love it. I've also used a tag collage for many, many years. And I think within this album in 2022, I started using something different. So this has been a lot of fun to just kind of come up with different ways to get all those photos on my Christmas spread. Down at the bottom, I have a title and it says Moments of Magic. I had this moment, which I think was from a digital story kit, but I liked Moments of Magic better. I have no idea if I put down my letters correctly or not, and I frankly don't really care. I just wanted them to be down and be the title, and so they work and I love it. I also will take a star and put it over the dot above the I in Christmas. So that is going to be a really nice touch. And once I'm done with this page, I will make the backside. The backside will be the page for when my in-laws came over, because that is kind of our main Christmas celebrations. I will say that we do have a few Christmas celebrations with like my mom and stepdad over FaceTime, and then sometimes my sister-in-law, but I did not get any FaceTime shots or something. Something happened this year where I did not get like those technology type photos, and I need to do better this year so that way I can add in a page about that. Because I know I did in 2022, you know, because grandma and papa live far away, so I know I did, but I just didn't document it this year. So making a note to myself to make sure to remember those. It's that time of the year where we got to start thinking about December Daily and all the different stories that we want to capture. And I think my behind the scenes video coming up next week is going to be about my creative space, prepping for December Daily. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. But most of my behind the scenes information is up on December Daily prep day. I shared that. So I'm putting it into the album so you can see how it looks. And then I'm going to move on to the back side where I talk about hanging out with my in-laws, and again did a collage. This time I didn't get a lot of photos, but I was able to do 5 photos and then one of the patterned papers that I repeated from the Christmas collage. And then I also have a picture of the tree and what it looked like, and on the back of that I will do some journaling. I think these photos started out as 3x2, but then I just shrunk them down in Photoshop Elements so that way I could have enough room on the side. And so I got a photo of my kids, my mother-in-law opening a book. I always get her books. And then my father-in-law does this amazing thing where he does a money bag. If you recite like good virtues that he's talked about or wisdom that he's talked about, life principles, then you can reach into the money bag and pick a prize. And there's a variance of money options in there. I mean, my father-in-law is just extraordinary. So that is the photo of my daughter and my father-in-law. And I've actually had a story about the money bag. I think that was a few years ago. But maybe I will get that for this year. I cut out 2 banners, and I thought about using those banners, but I really wanted to do lots of bright colors for this spread, and so I wound up finding a die cut title that said Merry and Bright. And I'm going to put that down at the bottom. But you can see here that I was having some difficulty figuring out how I was going to embellish this page. I was looking in my die cut drawer. You can see that up in the top right. That is something I really love having during December, all the different bits and pieces that I have collected over the years that are like die cut pieces, digital, then printed. And I got out some vellum tags. I thought I might use those. I got out some acetate tags. I finally settled on this acetate see-through circle, and what I did I thought was really cool is I took most of it and put it on my 4x6 photo, and then the little piece that was left over, I put that on top of the collage over on the left hand side. And then I found a smaller acetate circle that had this similar pattern, so I'm going to put that down below on my collage, like right underneath where the title is. And then I added in a really fun cluster of the chipboard stars, because I was really trying to use up the entire sheet for this album. And I think I did, just about. So I went a little star crazy, and I'm okay with that. And the reason I did not put that circle, that half circle that I cut, I didn't put it over on the left-hand side because there's more negative space on the left-hand side of that 4x6 photo, is because you can see my stinker cat sitting on his chair. And so I thought that that was hilarious and that I should go ahead and just leave that there. So there you go. And on the back is "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas." I did not write straight at all. Next time I do these cards, I will probably do pencil lines because I'm not someone that can, write straight. So I talked about how my husband and I made the 2 breakfast casseroles, and then we also had some cinnamon rolls. And then we got to open presents together and chit-chat together and do the money bag and talk about, principles of life and good rules for life, and then play badminton all together because my daughter got a badminton net. So I'm going to put everything back into the album. I cut a page protector for this 4x6 photo and card and just slipped it in there, and it can be in between the end of 25 and the start of 26. And once I have it all wrapped up, I can show it to you guys and all the pages that I put together in this video. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these pages come together. I hope you're excited for December Daily, and I'm excited to share with you more. All right, have a great day. Bye.